Hello, hello. Oh, I'm not even sure that my mic is working. So before I shoot myself, this is a informal live stream, and the Mother Spirit community members can join me on StreamYard, and there will be a post live where we'll have a private discussion, but they can also come up on the stage if they want. And right, so let's make sure they can actually hear me. Ba 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 ba. Yeah. Okay, good. Maybe it's a bit soft. Yeah. Anyway, people can let me know. I think I can adjust a little bit, or I can let it adjust automatically. Maybe we just do that. But I have to do more testing. And I think I want this more in front of me. Yeah. And actually, I can control this gimbal thing remotely. I have to open my app, and then it gives me an error message every time. And here I am, controlling it. Whoop. It's upside down. Yes?
Your mom is really excited to go out at 10 o'clock still, hey?
Yeah.
Chair
Uh-huh.
into town, right?
Yeah.
It's 9:08. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
So let's not roll a joint. Let's
So,
do the live.
people are coming in with their anxiety,
Okay, I'm sorry.
and I have to deflect it. So I'm rolling a joint.
I'm ready to go join. I just didn't plug in.
So this is the fiesta for St. John the Baptist. I think my mic is too low, but I mean the gain is too low. This is makeshift light. It works. Looks good, eh?
Yeah.
Low light. I like it. So I've got my StreamYard. There's a private chat here if you want to join Mother Spirit. Probably might not. I may be too busy to check to let you in, but maybe Joanne will check and let you in if you want to join right now. So I shared the link in the Mother Spirit private group on Telegram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. And I believe there's, well, the Twitter community has, I don't know, it's different on Twitter. We want to get the space on Twitter, so I'll be able to mute all of Twitter all at once. It's just gonna be like the more public line. That's the plan anyway. Because that's what Twitter is great for. Is just how the sheer number of people and the fact that they can join in on a space, which is audio, has emojis as well, which actually adds a lot of depth for interaction without interfering, right, with the audio of someone else speaking. So a lot of spaces are sort of create a following of its own style, and there's like all these subcultures, and there's people that are pro, and there's people that are against. The white shirts and the blue shirts and the yellow shirts, they're all there. And it's fun. It's sort of like being in a crowd or in a big busy town. So there's going to be a party here tonight. It's St. John the Baptist, and I was feeling festive. And we have the new camera, and I have my new tarot cards, which are golden on the side, which is sort of what really, well, one of the things that got my attention, but you'll see. It's the Waite Tarot. Rider Waite. The one, it's very popular, I believe. Logan of Logan of Decode Your Reality uses that one, but this one's is a little bit stylized. And that's what's happening. There's an intersection of creativity with new tools that allow for some interesting experimentation with reusing, recycling, reviving art through these new tools that make it really easy to build on the shoulders of giants. Oh, Joanne joins us, but I believe she's gonna be just audio, but I can actually show her to you while she's talking because she doesn't have the camera. So she can add herself to the stage probably. Can't she? Can't you add yourself to the stage? No, she can't. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Whoa. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, that's too loud for me.
Okay. How about now? Is this better?
It's my fault. I have to turn you down. I think I'm hearing my echo. Right. Output. Well, now you're going to have to speak to let me hear you.
Hola. Campfire, backyard.
You need to turn down that mic.
Oh,
you need to go in that
right. I didn't go too close. How is this if I just
No,
do?
you have to turn it down.
Okay.
No, just open it.
Now it's picking up two different ones because it recognizes this is different from that one.
Everything's fine now. Just go to 6. There. So,
Test.
Yeah, way better.
Okay.
So let's use this remote here. Ooh, this thing just slides. So, and then find Joanne. Whoop, there's her top of her head. She's not so much in the light. Not bad. Ooh. Jeez, I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, there you go. This is too fast. This is too fast. Why is it so fast? Follow speed. Slow. There. Okay. Sorry, everyone. And we don't have to see this. Can we just... Is your audio off? Okay, don't do that. You're in the conversation now. Actually, you could just be on my mic.
Oh.
Alex.
Yeah, well, I was wondering about this. Anyway, let's just carry on because we're going to go for an adventure into town to see the fireworks soon after our campfire share, where Lee's going to read a tarot card. And going slowly. That's what I'm doing now. I'm doing everything. I'm giving myself permission to do everything slowly. Because you have time to do it
This is
slowly.
Cameron's website, humphreys@creon.net. Sorry,
And
keep going.
and I started kayaking faster. Now I'm going farther faster with less effort because I'm actually doing it slower. It's like create the focus changes everything. The intention. Oh my gosh. Paddling is so good. Getting out in nature, just moving your own body from your own power is important.
Yes, Mars has been on my mind a lot lately. Here, let's veer back to me. Oh my god. This cover, this new cover I have, is just so slidey.
There we go. Oh, I see. Hey, do you
Whoa,
want
whoa, 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 down, up, down. Okay.
What if you put this down and it won't slide?
Do it. But you just covered something.
Yeah, okay, I'll get that.
Yeah. So here's my website. GoldDragon.creon.me. I'm also known as Legal Dragon. And here's the box. Of this tarot deck, as I told you about. It's amazing. And I obviously, and one day I live it, then I'm gonna design my own tarot, and I'm gonna reuse. Of course, I'm gonna reuse this Aleister Crowley and Lady Frieda's tarot, also known as the Thoth tarot, or the Tarot of Thoth. So we have the cut up flower here, as you can see. So it's just a little bit. My case is quite strong. And where's the rolling paper? Oh, I have them. In my pocket. And oh yeah, I was gonna talk about this. My take on. I call it. Well, I'm going to call it. I might slip and say tarot reading, but I'm going to call it tarot channeling because even though tarot reading can mean that, it's like I used to say to use the word sorcerer to talk about myself, and I have no problem with that word. Like I have no problem with the word urine. I think the word piss is not pretty, just objectively speaking. It's just not a pretty word. So yeah, I don't really care about it, but it just doesn't seem nice. So in order to be more specific, it's like I'm switching from sun. Well, I can talk about the sun specifically, of course, but when I'm talking about the solar, I'm going to say soul, which is what is really going on here. Right? So soul is the Latin name for sun. Hence solar. And soul, the soul of a man. And that soul, Surya, is in the Veda. So this tarot channeling, it ties into a broader topic, which is knowing and seeing. And they're basically, I think, synonyms when used properly. The expression to see, as it's used by the seers, means to know in a in a more vulgar sense. Although there is no really good term. Unless what one gets into the Vedic vocabulary, which is very where's that toothpick? It's very elaborate. The Vedic language, the yogic language, the Brahmic language is very elaborate. It's okay, do you have a headphone jack? Just the headphone jack. Oh. She found it. It was behind me. Thank you, Joanne. So there we close one in. Close the one in. Compact the other a bit. Make space. And there's the old second-hand piece from the beginning of this idea, and it all came together. I was listening to Terence McKenna the other night. We used to be huge. Well, I'm a big fan of Terence McKenna in a karmic sense. He's been eclipsed now in a intellectual sense. His ideas have become semi-obsolete in that they were lacking information. But he hit the nail on the head a few times in the big way. And he was talking about cannabis. And this tied into the whole knowing thing and the lunar and being okay with the right side, being okay with the lunar. So for me, by the way, Sol is yin, Luna is yang. The lunar is more material. In a sense, the lunar is more masculine. In a karmic sense. The soul is karmically feminine. Because it represents our source, which is feminine. It's more like a grandmother than a father in an alchemical Taoist sense. So That's why then I can use the sun to be more specific and talk about the heat part, the bright and hot aspect of soul, which is motherly. So here we are, we're ready. You can go with her if you want. Or we can catch up with her later. So Roxanne, or it doesn't matter, someone is going on an adventure. Sorry I said your name. Yeah, it's a big topic. Seeing and dealing with seeing and dealing with knowing and figuring out, do I even want to know? Everything has its own power supply. It's like the Tower of Babel. What's going on? Why is it out of focus? What happened? Something happened to the cameras. Not finding me. Everybody's throwing a fit. Right now the camera's throwing a fit. People here are throwing a fit. Samsara, right? This is karma. What happened? They touched something. Oh, there we go. Sometimes you touch it and it's fixed. This was one of those times. So we're almost ready for the shuffling of the cards. I can see trouble coming. Well, it's a human thing. It's not special to me. And, yeah, today I could see it. It's so funny. And there's nothing you can do sometimes. Like, you could prepare for it. You know it's coming. So at least don't get all tied up in your panties when it starts. But it's already begun. That's why you see it coming. I need a better light. Maybe I can back it off a bit. That's a little better. So, yeah. There's a lot to say. So this is what these spontaneous or planned or not, but the live stream format is peculiar because I'm creating a space and I'm inviting people into that space. Of course, I vet them in. So I have a block button and I know how to use it. I've been around. I've hosted spaces on Twitter. In fact, like I said, I'm going to connect Twitter spaces on StreamYard in the cloud. I can do it. But I'm busy right now just really deploying my first network, the prototype Creome network, which is what you see in these links, like the Mother Spirit. In fact, the Creome.net website about the Creome isn't even up yet because I'm just busy. I'm deploying it. And then I had a question today because of the name in the websites that people see from a friend on Twitter. And Topper, a good friend, he hosts spaces, and give him a follow on Twitter. In fact, I should type his Twitter handle. I'm sure he'd be happy. But yeah, join the Mother Spirit. It's a cool, chill place. It's not like the Golden Phoenix. Some of you may know I started a group that I wasn't even ready to head 2 years ago. And then I sort of said it, but I was implying it that I wasn't ready by saying that nobody in the group was really what I envisioned. Like they were really good candidates. So in a sense, this project needed more base, and we had this common vision, and there's a lot of people coming together now who had that vision, and the name just sort of was given to me through a friend as well, and an inspiration for the 46, which is what Mother Spirit is in Chaldean. So it's a disruptive name. That's 46 is a disruptive number. It's 23 times 2, right? So it's 1/3 of the golden angle, the phoenix, which is a rhythm of change. So these things can be observed using one's natural native golden phoenix sort of frequency, which is every 138 shars, a shar being like a solar degree in astrology. So why don't we just open some charts here, because we can. Well, I'm not gonna have like a printed version of the current sky that I do in I have to start Windows. It's a nightmare because the only software that's can print everything I want to print, not that it's nice, it's a horrible software to use. The only one runs on Windows. And now sorry, I have to yeah, you'll see. I don't have a way to make this black, white on black, so I don't know if you need to see this, but the sun is on minute 49 of the 3rd of Cancer. In fact, it's better if I read it because they don't really write it properly. Well, this is one way. This is to do angles. But if one reads the sun, just the sun is the time. The way to read the sun is the way one reads dates on a calendar. So 0 degrees, which is what is used to do mathematics, because astrology is really about angles. So even the sun, that degree thing, it's based on a proportion of a known sine wave of latitudinal movements that the sun does. And that's what we call a year. So that's what how the year is defined by the equinox and the solstices. So the movement of Sol is the most important. It's the base of astrology because Sol is the source. It's the center. It's the center mass. It's the energetic center mass. The lunar energy is expressed from the sun. That's why all the authors knew when they said that the moon of Luna is a reflection of Sol. They were right. So Luna is, there's no like actual chronology here. This is, again, this is mythical, this is mysterious, this is mysteries. The mysteries cannot be explained, right? I should read you the first verse of the book of creation. It says it right there. But I could read you the first verse of the Tao Te Ching, and you would, if you were clever, you would see the same thing. But I've been reading the book of creation, so let's get a shot at it right here. Or I open it here and share it, and you can read it with me, which is better. Right? Yeah, let's do that. So, documents, Colburn, Bible, boom. And the book of creation is right there at the beginning. First book. Right there. Okay. Alright, so how do I share my screen? Presentar. Oh, no. Archivo de video. Cámara. Pantalla. Select the tab. Select the window. Colburn Bible. Aki. Oh, he's asking for it again. Colburn Bible. Okay. Alright. It's working. So, how's this? Good? Yeah. Book of Creation, Chapter 1. Creation. Mortal knowledge. Here, how's my presentation? Yeah, it's good. How's this now? If I scroll down. Oh yeah, I get on the text. And this, how's this? Is it too small for you guys to read? Not really. Is this good? Would you rather see the text? Or would you rather see me? Puzzle. Choice. Oh my god, people don't like choice. It's a difficult thing. Choice. Don't give people choice. They don't want choice. Give them red and blue. That's the ping pong game. It's Logan's rap. He loves to show that we're in a game. And actually, it's more mysterious than that. The game only takes one so far, then the model breaks. So mortal knowledge is circumscribed by mortal ignorance, and mortal comprehension is circumscribed by spiritual reality. It is unwise for mortal men to attempt the understanding of that which is beyond his conception, for there lies the road to disbelief and madness. Yet man is man, and ever fated to reach out beyond himself, striving to attain things which always just elude his grasp. So in his frustration, he replaces the dimly seen, incomprehensible, with things within his understanding. If these things but poorly reflect reality, then is not the reflection of reality, distorted though it may be, of greater value than no reflection at all. Right? Whew. So, that said, the model is fine. We can play with it, just like we can make love, we can dance, we can paint, we can make children. All for the love of God, all for the love of being, which is Christ, or Krishna, which is the full marriage of the lunar and the solar. Okay? So, it's all balance. The Buddha is not outside of the battle. He hasn't, like, stumbled upon perfect, effortless renunciation, infallible. He just fell into the rhythm. He's dancing. He's doing the rat race. He's engaging. He's doing the thing. They're gorgeous. Wait till you see them in the daytime. Okay. Oh, interesting cards that we're picking. The Nine of Pentacles. Or, as I like to call them, actually, which I will, the Nine of Discs. Okay. Here she comes. I guess that's why we wanted the light down here, is to show the cards, because... Hold on. Jeez. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. This phone is unreal. The case, the new case. I still... Oh, you can kind of see. You can kind of see. So how does the channeling work? Well, that's an explanation. So it's not what's actually happening, as in any explanation. So the seer sees beyond the words. He's looking at an infinite mystery, represented through what is universally admitted, essentially, even by the concept of spirituality as a being. A being. So here are 78 beings, all with a positive and a negative aspect, right? So 156 beings, which is 12 times 13. So essentially every zodiac is divided by 13. So we need to map that. We need to map that to the zodiac. But there's already a system with the 52 cards, which are in here. So these also stand as symbolizing that 52 base system, which has been kept alive by I forget his name, but that's what Logan of Decode Your Reality uses a lot, the cards of illumination. But it's a system that came down from basically the, what are they called? The order. The Hermetic order, you know. One of the branches of those. So it's based on a 52 system, which is a 13 system. So we're still working with the 13. So it's a 13-based system. Alright? But forget all that. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. So, which way's up? Okay, let's do it this way. So I'm going to turn it this way. So like, if we see it up, then it's up. If we see it down, then it's down. Okay? Here's our first card. Two of Cups. Interesting. Let's take a look at it. Two of Cups. Okay. Do you want to see me or do you want to see her? She's beautiful. So there's the caduceus, kundalini, the sun, the moon, and the central path, the middle path in the middle, and the sine wave. Right, there's the sun. The Two of Cups is ideal. It's still the two, right? It's still beyond the abyss. Because this is a 10-base system, so it's the tree of life. I learned from Crowley. He's the best. But yeah, he comes from that school. Blavatsky and these guys. Israel. Is that his name? Israeli or something. So we need three cards. So let's keep looking for another one. Now I'm gonna cut it and mix it. I'm gonna mix it on the table here. Okay, I'm a bit rusty, but let me do it again. I'm gonna do it 3 times. new cards. They're beautiful. They're amazing to handle. One more time. They're full size cards. They're big. It's not like playing cards. Okay. Oh yeah. The Ace of Swords. Amazing. Pure will. The Crown. The One of Air. So this is our Queen card. Now the Prince. Which is represented by air. The Prince is air. So that's what the Prince, the Queen, the Prince, the Princess, the Queen and the Knight are. The Knight or the King. The Knight is a king. The King is a knight. He's a warrior. He's the creating principle of that element. So the Prince. Ooh. The Nine of Swords. Okay. So that's the Prince. And we're gonna do that. We're just gonna do that for now. We'll let that deck warm up its power. But this is powerful. So the Nine of Swords, sorry, the Two of Cups. So these are all minor arcana, which is interesting. The Two of Cups in the middle, the Knight, the King, the ruling aspect of the energy here is the Two of Cups. Very interesting figure at the top. And then the Queen aspect, which is the subtle element that sort of disrupts the King, right? And gives it form, like the Luna. And the Ace of Swords. Right? And there's the Prince, which is the outcome, the result. The Prince is the result aspect, the most visible from a lower approach. So energetically, right, the king. So this is what I look for, personally. I look for the sun. This is like the earth part, the air really, but we could say it's Saturnian, but it's Uranian. It's it opens up the way for something to manifest through this lens because of how this exploded into this. So that's why the Trinity is so special, is because it's such an important lens for any observation or thinking or intuition. It's these three aspects. I'm trying to. It's a bit weird to look at it and hold them. It's like everything is backwards. Very cool, actually. Exercise. So, yeah. There you go. What do I see in there? Well, there's love. There's love. That's the Two of Cups. And of course, love is, oh wow, there's the fireworks. So that means I have to go and find them. But it's going to come through quite idealistically. So it's more of a thought. And through disaster, too much force. The Nine of Swords is like, but it's powerful. That means effect, right? Felt on an air aspect, which is again Prince-oriented air aspect. So in the outcome, very outcome-oriented force, which is in Gemini, the Nine of Swords is in Gemini. The Two of Cups is in Cancer. That's the beginning of Cancer. That's now. This is the decan we're in. We're in the third of Cancer. And this is strong. This is the Ace of Spades. Right? The emergence of an idea. So let things roll. Just go with love. Love is at the heart of this. And there's going to be force, so get ready to handle it. So that'll be all. And if there's anybody who wants to contact me, go ahead and find me and join the Mother Spirit. And we'll see you all soon.